Angelo here. Welcome to my channel and welcome back viewers of my stream. This is going to be a TLDR review of Daymare 1998. Now the best way for me to start this with all the PC players out there is that you cannot rebind any of the keys. If you liked Resident Evil 1 to Resident Evil Code Veronica X with a little bit of the Resident Evil 6's melee and sprint and stamina system, then this game is for you. When I initially played the demo, it pretty much got me hooked because, yes, it is a clunky game, but there are puzzles that completely reminded me of the way I used to play all the classic Resident Evils, Silent Hills, and all those different type of games that I played back in the 90s to 2000 era. If I honestly had to give it a rating right now, I'd give it either a 7 out of 10, or maybe even an 8 out of 10, mainly if I allow my nostalgia to take over. Everything I overall felt about the game was great. Sure, you know, the actions, the melees, the shooting felt a bit clunky, but thinking about games in the late 90s and the early 2000s, this is the same type of controls. One of my favorite things is that you can also melee. Melee is something that I always thought is great in video games, but you need the correct timing, otherwise you're pretty much going to get wrecked. The only frustrating parts that I found in the game were certain boss fights, this one included, but aside from that, I never got really stuck or frustrated on any puzzles or any specific enemies. I just realized that there's either a pattern and you had to go around it or do this or do that. It really made you think. And for that is another reason why I just kept on playing it. Did I mention nostalgia? Now, if you look at this game, you can totally tell that this was originally supposed to be Resident Evil 2 Remake. This being in the STAR's office, you see Kendo's gun shop, basketball court. There are just so many references, and literally there are references to like Scream, Die Hard, and all sorts of really cool stuff. Being like that of a 90s kid, it really struck home. I also enjoyed how they were constantly throwing new and unique puzzles and ways to escape certain enemies. You can definitely see the influences like they had, such as like Resident Evil Nemesis, and you would see things like regenerator types, and you would see things that even were like spitter types from Left 4 Dead. Just, I don't know, to me it was like, it's just fun. And honestly, what's the point in playing a video game if you're not having fun? Even if you die. And this is one of those games where if you die, you're going to die a lot. If you are willing to die in the game, come back and be like, all right, let's try that again. My opinion, that's a great game. And those are the games you should be playing. Not the games that constantly get you frustrated, get you angry, say, oh, this happened to me, that happened to me, lag this, lag that, that person did this, person's a cheater. That's not fun. Play games so you have fun. In the end, I highly recommend this game. I can't wait to see what they do in the future and listen to the original voice actor of Leon Kennedy in this game as the cleaner. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
My pawn moved admirably through the AG's lab. And with just a few bad moves, the game proceeded ahead. Unfortunately, I underestimated the fierce loyalties of those no-good Hexacore players.
It was the most incredible fight I ever saw. We just grabbed the guy, bit his ear off, and spit it on the mat. How often does that happen?
During a boxing match? Never.